really, it's always a positive when you can get some impact off your bench.
Always nice to have firepower coming from the reserves, and they've had firepower and then some so far.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. And so in the game for the 76ers, they've got Iverson, Okafor out there with Noel. Then there's Isaiah Cannon, and it's Stauskas in at the 3. The 76ers struggled last year, but it was mostly due to their offensive issues, Greg. At times, they could be okay on defense.
No doubt, Kevin. They've got a good group of rim protectors, and they also knew how to force turnovers, but they have got to improve offensively.
The Grizzlies trail by 7. Outside Conley. To the left wing. Here's Gasol. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
And on an ordinary night, guys, I think they would have come out on top. That's just how well they played, but they happened to catch an opposing team at the very top of their game.
I'd venture to guess, Greg, that if that game was played in their building instead of on the road, they win.
Noel. Here's Okafor. It's rebounded by Gasol.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
Allen against Iverson. Outside Conley. Gasol a screen. Conley kicks to Gasol. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Gasol's got his first bucket of the night.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Iverson kicks to Noel. He dishes it to Stauskas. Allen against Iverson. Pass to Okafor. Back to Iverson. 5 on the clock. Cannon from long range. The Grizzlies pull it in. Wright's got his third rebound tonight. Green kicks to Wright. Memphis moving it around. Fade away. That's good, and the 76ers lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Gasol.
And Marc Gasol, surprisingly nimble for a 7-footer. He really moves his feet well at both ends of the floor.
And Philadelphia calls time here. And when you look at Marc Gasol now versus when he came into the league, remarkable how that body of his, Clark, has transformed.
Kevin, he changed his diet and he dropped a bunch of weight. Believe it or not, he even grows vegetables at his house. He's really gone all in on the transformation of his body.
Clark, good information.
Yes, sir.
How'd
That's
you
what
know
we
all
do.
that stuff?
That's what we do here.
Whew.
Info and entertainment.
Oh. And it's out of bounds. The 76ers able to retain possession here. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Clock at 2. And Cannon gets it to go. Now Conley. He's coming off a 16-point game against Indiana. Right outside. Back to Conley. And Okafor with the block. 4-on-3 break. Cannon from long range. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Good-looking screen by Gasol. Here's Conley. Unloads from 13. The offensive rebound. Count it, and the 76ers lead has been cut to just 7 on the basket from Wright.
Just not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
Well, Greg, I know you're a little guy, but you know what it means to box out, and it's an effort thing and a mindset deal. You got to get your body between that other player and the ball.
It's Allen with the drive. They kick it out to Green. Outside Gasol. High post shot. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. And now just a 5-point Philadelphia lead. And here is Iverson. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Cavaliers in Cleveland. To the wing on the left. Cannon dishes to Iverson. Again, Philadelphia.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Conley with it. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Allen drives in. Cannot hit. And the 76ers go the other way with it. Next up for them, the Bucks in Milwaukee. That will kick off a 6-game road trip for the team. For 3, Covington. It's rebounded by Memphis. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
How about the athleticism on display defensively in that win?
Yeah, it was reflected in their shot block total, Greg. I mean, they were very disruptive, which I think is a combination of hustle and muscle.
Now we know the Marcus All was one of the most sought-after free agents this past summer. Clark, all along, most figured he'd be back in Memphis.
Yep, a winning team, max dollars. And don't forget now, he went to high school in Memphis while his brother Powell played there. He's where he belongs.
Marc Gasol, a first-time All-Star starter last season. He and his brother Powell both starting in that game. The first time that's ever happened in league history, and having both those guys go head-to-head.
And it's a completely new group here for Philadelphia. Now, here's Marshall. Landry, a screen on Conley. Over to the left wing. Shoots from 14. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Oh, listen, there's no doubt you could argue Marc Gasol is the best center in the league right now. I mean, this guy does it all. Defends, rebounds, passes, scores. I mean, he's also a great teammate. They all love him. And to me, that matters in the big picture. When you're talking about developing chemistry and trust, sometimes the difference between winning and winning it all is whether or not your teammates like you.
Matt Barnes is checked in for Memphis. Lee comes in for Michael Conley. That's good, and the 76ers lead is cut down to 6, and the bucket from Randolph.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And Clark, they might as well keep doing it. I mean, attack the basket until the defense makes an adjustment.
Now here's Thompson. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Barnes kicks to Chalmers. He feeds it to Lee. Ezail setting the pick for Lee. Passes to Randolph. Cans the shot from the wing. And now just a 4-point 76ers lead.
Yeah, quick trigger.
뭐라고?
And from that range, if he senses the defenders have backed
너
off,
초가 뭐야?
forget about it.
Landry against Randolph. To the left side wing.
안 펴는데?
Marshall inside the 3-point line. Can't get it
상처
to
말하는
go.
거야?
And it's Memphis the other way.
상처?
Last time they met was
아팠어.
in Memphis.
Just a terrific job closing that game out. And in the end, it turned out to be a relatively comfortable win.
Well, I thought they never stopped attacking, which was fun to see. They made certain there weren't going to be any last-minute miracles there.
Now, here's Marshall, following the miss by Zach Randolph. Screen by Boozer. And Marshall kicks to Boozer. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. That's good from Marshall on the assist from Roten. Marshall's got himself going there, his first points of the game in the deep ball. The Grizzlies trail by 7. And Chalmers kicks to Lee. Gasol is screened. Lee with the ball. And Roten picks him up defensively. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Zach Randolph getting up there in his mid-30s, but his game has never been based on explosiveness. So it's all about strength, skill, and craft when you talk about Zebo, and he's aging gracefully.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the 76ers.
They've definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
You know, they've also shown some real tenacity here early on tonight, and it's paid off with a lot of second chance points.
And Randolph Clark can struggle in matchups against quicker power forwards or those spread fours.
Yeah, but even though he struggles on the perimeter against those guys, he punishes them when he gets them inside in his operating area at the offensive end. Most big men have a hard time dealing with him in the paint.
Very good point. And Philadelphia has possession after the Marcus Holmes. Dishes to Roten. The pass to Thompson. 5 to shoot. Off target from three-point range. The Grizzlies trail by 5. Lee with the ball. And Roten picks him up defensively. Feeds it to Lee. Gasol a screen. Shot from 12. That's good, and that evens things out. 50-50. 4 of 8 shooting this game.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Andrew with the screen. Out to Thompson. Boozer a screen on Barnes. Clark down low that time, and he got the 3-second call.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Gasol. Unbelievable play for him over the last month. Averaging 15 points a game, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. He has been terrific throughout, putting up some huge numbers offensively.
Yeah, you know, you just plug him in. He's a flat-out scoring machine. When you plug him up, let him go.
Now here's Lee. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
The 76ers again can't hit it. And here's the fast break. Chalmers leading the way. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. The Grizzlies have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight. And it's tied up with that one. And the 76ers with some changes. Grant comes in for Carl Landry. And Stauskas subbed in for Thompson.
He's a dead eye at the line, fellas. Just call him automatic. He doesn't miss many of those.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. And out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
20 seconds left now here in the second. Now here's Chalmers. A 14-point game for him in the win against Indiana. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Performed well thus far this season with a 78% clip.
No good on that one. And Memphis making a change here. And he's good on the second. Ball's knocked loose. Gasol with the steal. Fires for 3. And no good trying to get that one. And we're through the first half of basketball here in what's been a good one. Grizzlies out in front. Ending the second quarter with a huge surge. An 18-7 run. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny, the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be looking back at the game's first half. There was no slowing down Zach Randolph early on. He had 14 points, 2 block shots, and 1 steal. Kenny, what'd you think about the Grizzlies?
Well, they didn't let this hostile crowd bother them at all. In fact, they seem to feed off of that hostility. Plus, sometimes when you're away from home, those distractions, your family, your friends, your fans, you can concentrate better. Okay, wait, did I just say my family, friends, and fans are distractions? Okay, let's go to the next thing. Let's go.
And over to Shaq. What did you think about Philadelphia?
Well, they shot under 40% in the half. That tells a story right there. The defense deserves some credit for disrupting them a little bit, but they need to counteract with more creativity on offense. Few isolations, more movement, better shot selection.
And that's going to do it for now as the second half is just about to get